of the heroes to just get this early 2000 or 1000 lead and then just snowball their way from there here. And Kimi is one of those heroes that can actually do that in the later of the heroes to just get this early 2000 or 1000 lead and then just snowball their way from there here. And Kimi is one of those heroes that can actually do that in the later of the heroes to just get this early 2000 or 1000 lead and then just snowball their way from there here. And Kimi is one of those heroes that can actually do that in the later RRQ going up against what did they call again?
Your team is picking
VFM.
Okay.
VFM. You know, the Kaja was a factor as well, I believe.
Huge factor. Yeah, absolutely huge factor there. They were pretty much crushing with it so far. But I don't know. I just feel like the lack of presence from Cho so far.
Oh, yeah.
Because yes, he is easily countered by just timing your Purify very, very well.
Yeah.
But that's also something pretty difficult to do.
Your team
but
is
immediately
picking.
as we were talking about it, Kaja going to be the first pick coming in from BURMESE. Nothing too surprising. Going to be the Grok. He's not going to have Kimi next to him, so they're going to go easily for the high loss.
Wow, you know, opening things up here with the Grok as well as the high loss here. We do see a couple of tanky S tier picks here. But what really caught me off guard was definitely the Bruno pick here. Like, today's games has been Brunos after Brunos after Brunos. Like, I'm not expecting this to come back in the matter right here. We saw it a couple times in the Malaysia-Singapore qualifiers, but it didn't work out as compared to other marksmen here. But in this regards, like, what I thought of Bruno here, I feel like it's okay, you know, the range is okay, but it all comes down towards the tanks and then just transition towards the later stage and just snowball their way through.
Yeah, personally, I definitely agree. I would prefer a marksman that kind of, you know, synergizes more with the tanks rather than have someone whose sole objective is to kind of heal them off. And they could go for their marksman. It looks like they're going to go for the Jawhead instead. We're not sure whether he's going to be into, you know, the support role or the fighter role, but it's more looking towards the support role. Towards the fighter role more than the support role here. Only because when you have something like Kaja, you don't have something that can really peel them off. And I think Candy come back pretty happy with their draft so far. They don't have the counter pick of carry because they picked it for themselves. Their Grok is going to be happy and safe.
Oh yeah, and not to mention as well, we did see BURMESE GHOULS play earlier today as well. Like, they picked the Jawhead as a fighter as well, and it really popped off, just going for those ejectors, catching those enemies, and casual wall, maybe just toss him over, and then it's like, you know, hey, you know, if you toss it over, he tries to flicker away, you have to force those kind of high mobility spells or utilities here just to escape from those kind of catches here, and it's kind of definitely going to be hard here. But you can see the adaptability coming from BURMESE GHOULS. They want to go for those kind of pick off potentials. Like, you're going for Kaja, you know, some teams even prioritize, like, what, you know what, let's go for Mincita, Franco all the way through. And it feels like just based on the drafts here, opening drafts from BURMESE GHOULS, they definitely want to do something like that, you know. Go for Divine Judgment, you know, if it's too near, okay, fine, there's an ejector, toss him away even further to the tier 2, like tier 3, heading to tier 2 kind of distance.
I definitely agree there. I think right now what they kind of need is the damage to kind of to pair them with. And I think it's really smart that they decide to ban out the Valier because it's like, oh yeah, you could potentially go for a double mage and then maybe get full lockdown with a Franco as well. And that's not too out of the ordinary, surprisingly enough. Can they come back strong pick with the Badang here? They have a good idea that, like, oh, no matter what, our fighter role is going to take, you know, quite a beating. We might as well let him scale, have somebody who can have a safe lane, sit back, Kui Gong Fist all day long. Badang is the pick.
Well, you know, the Fist Crack does bring so much value in the overall team fights alongside Groks, right? Like, if you have this Grok wall alongside the Badang wall, it's like you're doing double the explosion. So it's just overall just dishes out a huge amount of damage in terms of CC. But escaping it is going to be easy here, considering they have a Lunox coming from Kid as well, who's going to be, you know, very, very nicely done as well. I think the earlier games against Axis as well, he played fantastically brilliant coming in from BURMESE GHOULS. But yeah, this is the marksman here I'm going to talk about as well. Claude, one of the least favorite now in the terms of the meta here, but if you go for a support emblem with the Avarice here, you're definitely going to be able to scale a little bit more in terms of economy, but not many teams do go that, you know. So if they go for the, like, let's say the Bounty Hunter here, BURMESE GHOULS is definitely going to try and set things up for this Cloud to get some kills. So I don't know, but Seems like a 50-50 draft, but you know, what are thoughts on the last pick here? Uranus, is it?
I mean, Gushin, sorry, Gato Gacha and
oh, it's Gato, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I think overall, I think the Claude is a pretty decent pick overall. Like, he will be able to chunk out the tanks at a certain point, and a little bit more than Granger, and it takes a lot less time. And I think that's kind of the name of the game here, where it's about when your power spike actually hits. And right now at level 4, it's pretty even, I would say, at the very least. And I think mid game is going to be a very big point for both of these teams to kind of see whether or not they scale into the late game and who keeps control over Lord during the 7 to 8 minute point of time. So I think that's where a lot of teams, well, especially between Burmese Ghouls and Candy Comeback, where they're going to try and fight for it. Early game, it's definitely looking like Candy Comeback has a huge advantage.
I agree. Like the timing here from Burmese Ghouls will be after fours here. Like the first turtle, second turtle here, they may skip it off, but later on, once they hit those ejectors, those missiles, those jumps here, and then those divine judgment clutches, and they got like minor pickoffs, or maybe even slow down the marksman coming from Candy Comeback. That is where they come up online. But to reach to that stage here, they have to be a little bit careful here, because if Candy Comeback plays their cards right, they're going to snowball their way through Burmese Ghouls' face.
I think I'm more afraid of Burmese Ghouls coming out with an ejector cheese. Because I don't know. I didn't really. I wasn't paying attention here because I probably should have kept been a little bit more aware for the battle spells, just in case he has Flicker, in case he wants to go for something cheesy. Walks into the mid lane. Oh, Flicker ejector somebody to the back and maybe get a free kill there. Like
it might happen. It might happen.
We'll see later on once we get into game how they kind of distribute their lanes before they get into it. But I'm excited to see how this is going to play out.
Speaking of playing this out here, like I think one of the things to actually watch out for is how are they going to lane with this Gato Gacha. Like, who do you start things off here? Is it going to be the Jawhead first, or is it going to be the Gato Gacha to open things off? That's something I want to see from Burmese Ghouls, because that is going to be the question marks coming from Candy Comeback. Like, who do we deal with first? Do we deal with the Jawhead, or do we deal with Gato Gacha, or do we focus on Kaja? Who do you focus on?
Well, personally, I feel like Jawhead is probably going to get a little bit more support from the rest of the team, because he can set up fights easily. He walks in purposely, starts off with the smart missiles, ejector someone backwards, and then hopefully catch somebody off. And immediately you can see that Candy Comeback is just like, yeah, we're going to punish your top side. We know that we have the better level 1. We're just going to take everything from top side from you. Burmese Ghouls, good response. Not going to be as fast, and this might cost them.
Oh wow, very quick rotations here. They come in for the buff as well. Here comes the wall as well. They catch 3. Everyone's just come their way through here. And Burmese Ghouls, they somehow survive. They come on top with the first blood here. Lunox Kid 0-0 just doing so much work here. And they will get another one as well. Nice decision here as well. Konan, you made a mistake. Stuck at the wall. And now they just lose 2. Not all. They lost 4. Burmese Ghouls, they come up on top. How?
Oh boy. They prioritized the wrong targets. Just watch the replay. As you can see, everyone is kind of stuck in there. And then they realize, like, oh, wait, shoot. We don't exactly have everybody there at the right time. And most of them got chunked out a little too fast before it even began. And Candy Comeback losing a lot of members there. They should have been a little bit more. They should have been a little bit more aware.
Yeah,
I would have expected the Revitalize to come down a little bit sooner. That should have gone down as soon as the moment the fight started.
Yeah, not to mention as well, they baited out the arrival on the Grok as well, just coming from the tier 1s to rush in your way.
Yes.
But what was really early was that Burmese Ghouls, they already had 4 men stacked up rather early, right? Candy Comeback, they had 3 men. They were fighting 3v4 for a period about a good solid 5 to 6 seconds, which gave them this disadvantage in terms of losing the health, which was a little bit unfortunate though. But oh, here's Don. Gushin here goes in for the swipe here. Unfortunately, doesn't connect here because right now the darkness is here. He gets 2 kills, 0-0-1. Oh, one more. Almost getting the double kill there.
Yeah, Candy Comeback still holding on a little bit harder than they should here. And I think Legato is actually being pretty useful because Ice has been finding some great catches with the taunts, and they kind of switch supports now. They see that they need Claude to kind of rotate a little bit more, so Kaja comes to help them out. Norse taking quite a bit of damage here. The Darkening is coming out. Easy Master of Thievery for the bottom side. Claude gets a free kill for himself. Top side, they continue to push and contest for Beetle. Ice gets the initial. Almost there, just a little off.
Well, Ice here, just that's gonna be my brother from another mother right there. He's doing fantastic work. Unfortunately to say here, A007, he's got 5 assists on the Cloud, and he really needs those kills if you want to just rack up those kind of economy from inside the Bounty Hunter. However, Candy Comeback, they've lost an early engagements here. Right now, they have to play this safe. How will they take this down? Because right now, the first turtle is gonna be up for grabs from inside of Burmese Ghouls.
Yeah, I think Burmese Ghouls is definitely gonna get this. There's just no way Candy Comeback can even walk up to them, because they're so underleveled. There's a lot of their members are underpowered, and the only person who actually can do something is Mr. Rest of the team goes in Terrorblade's already landed. The Sword Spike, does he want to take it? He's hesitating. He doesn't want to do this. The Revitalize already comes in. High Loss negates a lot of the damage, but again, they still can't really contest for the turtle.
Yes, it's very smart of them to actually back off. They understood that they were losing in terms of economy as well. Like, look at this. Their 4K deficit here in favor of from BURMESE Ghouls here. Now they're gonna go for the drive here. Wall charge is there, but the follow-up from Gushin instantly gets Divine Judgment, gets taken down. Mega kill for Kid 001, 403. Very convincing.
And I think that should tell you and give you enough information on how weak they are at this point in time. They're just a lot of their members, they don't have items to kind of protect themselves. Lunox barely got chunked out by a Grok, which is already a pretty big feat, especially when it's only 3 to 4 minutes into the game. Now, Conan, he's in a lot of trouble. He's already dodged and buying a lot of time, but the rest of his team needs to make something happen across the top side of the map because Conan can only do so much. Missed by Ice. He's going to try and make it out of there, but he's going to take too much damage. Easily goes down. Mid side, top side has an advantage, but still not going to be enough.
Well, nothing much he could have done here. However, on the top side as well, Tom's getting picked off from side of BURMESE Ghouls here. This Jawhead is going to be proven to be a huge factor from side of Candy Comeback, but arrival from North. Where is he going? They're heading down south here. North, you're all by yourself. Are you going to be able to defend this here? Wall charge missing, doesn't connect, gets baited. Maybe with the flicker. Here comes the Jawhead. Oh, the clutch ejector! BB and DB!
Alright, that was clean. If he ejected it, he had to quick flicker that ejector, man, because there's no time to actually aim it. If he focused it towards his tower, he would have gotten the kill. There were no minions there to actually protect him. That would have been a sick kill.
But still, that was a sick dodge as well. However, it's not over yet. Candy Comeback, they try to defend against, but North, the damage from Darkness, one more hit. Oh, Kid 001. Dodge it from the side, but now the Divine Judgment connects on the Conan, goes for the Aura, doesn't connect, can't do anything. Revitalize keeps him away, eventually goes down. Here comes the Gaton, Mister there, will get taken down from the cloud as well. BURMESE goes, they're keeping us out, but Ice is overextending, but no! Here comes Kid 001, double kill for him. He's looking for more, but they get 4 in the bag again.
This is so worth it. Let's look at the replay one more time. BURMESE Ghouls, they come in and they're realizing, oh, this fight is pretty much free. We can go in. We have the ultimates. And now here's where it gets a little bit interesting. You can see Kid, he already used the Darkening just now. He's waiting for the cooldown, waits for that moment, and pops it. As soon as he gets it, he does trade one of his members for the kill. But at this point, they're so far ahead that losing one member but gaining 4 is just so much more worth it in terms of just map control. They take tier 2 easily. Bottom tier 2 goes down as well, and now they're 8K ahead.
Well, buy 1 free 4 is always worth it regardless of the situation, Gideon. But at the same time here, fantastic performance coming from BURMESE Ghouls. You know, great decision coming from Kid 001. And the entire team here looks super solid. Ice with the supports as well. You saw how Gato was just going hammer in front and the front lines, right?
Yeah.
208. How is it not dead yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gato right now, he's a very early mid-centric, mid-game centric hero, and he does a lot. Well, he does a decent amount, but I think overall it's just not looking too good for Candy Comeback here. BURMESE Ghouls, their Claw just bought the Golden Staff. I'm assuming he already has the Demon Hunter Sword, and ooh, Tom's easily getting locked down there. He doesn't have to revitalize to kind of protect himself, and I think if they buy a Necklace of Durance, it's pretty much game over.
Yeah, I definitely agree here, but despite not having a Necklace Durance here, they have just dishing enough damage here. Here comes the taunt, connects onto Norse, and a casual darkening poke here coming from the Kid 001 just hurts a lot apparently, because right now this Lunox is 804 with the Mystery Shop talent as well. He's not just a huge lead of a gap here, but Divine Judgment to set things up. That's 9 kills for him. Will he get another? Unfortunately, gets stolen from Ace. And BURMESE Ghouls. My oh my.
Yeah, I mean, this game was not going well the moment BURMESE Ghouls got that huge lead. 4 kills down into the bot side of the map. Look at Claude, he's just chunking them out, but he disrespects Conan. Conan gets the initial trade back, but again, Lunox is just too big here. There's nothing they can do.
Wow, Ace waiting for Rex lines, blazing to that, connects on 3. Unfortunately, like you said as well, disrespect. But in one occasion here, is it not worth it? Buy 1, free 3.
So worth it. They're so far ahead. They have a 13K goal lead, and this is the largest goal lead we've seen all day.
Definitely here, but you know, BURMESE Ghouls, it seems to me this is their game to lose here apparently. You know, it's their game to lose. It's pretty much feels like it's in the bag, but can they come back? You know, there's a reason why they're called the Candy comebacks. They're masters of making the comeback plays. If they buy this enough time for at least a good 8 minutes, they're gonna be on even scores against BURMESE GHOULS.
I think they've got two windows here. Their first window is when they have 20k. 20k, if they somehow win the fight and steal Lord, that buys them enough time until 26k, and then they have one more window to hold, which is one more Lord defense, and then maybe they can come back. But again, those two windows are very, very slim. Look at the items already. Like, Lunox alone already has nearly 3 items, finishing up her 4th item. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Definitely, yeah. But from the side of Candy comeback here, you talk about the 20k mark, right? The turning point here would be Conan on the Badang getting the golden staff here. Once the golden staff comes in, maybe they have a fighting chance. But however, the Lord will be up for grabs here as a Kid 001. 1105 gets the Lord as well. Now, with the brand new sword available, this is where things are going to go south.
I mean, just look at this. Even Ice realizes, like, oh, yeah, I'm so large. Pop's going to get flicked back in. The Revitalize pops down, but that's not going to be enough. And they're just going to walk all the way into the base. And Ice, he even has Queen's Wings. You don't build Queen's Wings too often on a Gato out of all things. But, yeah, the health is great. But he's just so far ahead, it doesn't matter. He's going to clean this up, and now they're going to go straight for the crystal. The rest of the team is going to lock them off from the fountain, and they're just going to push their way to victory.
Well, nicely done here coming from BURMESE GHOULS. They take game number 1 all in a day's work, and look at them. They look freaking strong, honestly speaking.
Yeah, they are just having the time of their lives. I think once they were given that lead, they really didn't let go of it. They dived bottom lane after that. Another blunder happened up in the top side when they were contesting Turtle as well. I think a lot of things went into BURMESE GHOULS' favor, even though it was supposed to be Candy Comeback's chance to actually turn it around, especially with those 50-50s, the buff steals, they were collapsing on them, so many opportunities there, but it just didn't go in their favor, and that just gave such a huge swing of gold, and especially economy for BURMESE GHOULS.
Yeah, speaking of which as well, I think the turning point would be like the first buff steal, right? Like you saw how Candy comeback, they went and steal BURMESE GHOULS buff, and the same goes for BURMESE GHOULS. But what got super greedy was that the rotation line from that one end to one end took so long. They committed the arrival from Grok, but they just didn't have like the manpower to go on a 4 versus 4 fight, which led them to the demise here. And we know how strong the Lunox is in level 1, right? Just because you can just spam those brilliants. But no surprises there. Here's the MVP. Look at the damage output, 34% as well. Amazing, beautiful done. Yeah, this was the fight we're talking about here.
It's that Revitalize was just too late. It was so late. It should have been soon. It should have been much sooner to kind of protect the team. But I think a really good catch by Ice there with the triple taunt, and I think that's a really big. It's such a small factor, but it's a really big game changer because it slows you down from actually using such crucial ability.
Yeah, but what was really ridiculous was that he was so close to the level 2 after getting the first kill. Level 2 versus level 1, right? Spam on the Lunox, and before the first creep wave, Kid 001 is already level 3.
Yep. I mean, he has a wave, he has the buff, both of them are already level 3, and then it's just who uses their abilities and spells a little bit more effectively. And I think this is a really clean game coming from BURMESE GHOULS. Yeah. They know how to close out games, they know how to push a lead, which is very good to say the least. And it didn't help that Ice was on Gato because, man, that Sky Guardian's avatar, whew, those tower dives, it's just impossible to really protect
even
yourself.
This one as well. Look at him. He was just like so close. And at this point, he was like, what, 208 already? Yep. He hasn't died a single time. He's committed. He's always been going for those kind of risky plays. Even here, he's tanking tower at least half health. And I'm like, yeah, there's nothing much Candy comeback can do.
I mean, literally, he's huge. He's literally huge. There's nothing more I can say about that. But yeah, I think Candy comeback has to really kind of think about not think too hard about this game because it really came down to 2 factors, which is you messed up the initial fight in the early stages of the game, and that really snowballed out of control. Playing from behind at that point of time is kind of difficult because your team is early game centric.
Oh yeah, definitely. And speaking of early game centric as well, I feel like it's definitely something that they have to think about as well. Keeping in fact that BURMESE GHOULS, they understand they are not afraid to apply pressure, and they need to find a way to kind of like bait them into a situation where, hey, BURMESE GHOULS, you're disrespecting us, let's punish you kind of situation. But it's definitely tough to pull it off because they have so much experience. They don't fall for this kind of traps very easily.
I mean, not to mention that their team composition doesn't really have like a lot of they have a lot of strong engagement, not a lot of setup.
Oh yeah. But speaking of setups as well, I feel like in terms of from the start of Candy Comeback, right? Like they needed the Hylos to go out of control, they needed the Grok to go out of control, but you know, ever since the new changes onto the Grok, right? Instead of having like 4 seconds cooldown, you got like a 6 seconds cooldown with the swing. I feel like Grok has really significantly take a toll in the current meta.
No,
like,
I think that makes him because the payoff
it's balanced. It's balanced now. For me, it's balanced.
I wouldn't say he's the. Okay.
Back then,
it's a payoff.
Broken.
It's
Back
definitely
then he was
a payoff.
super broken.
I definitely think it was a payoff. You do sacrifice a little bit of cooldowns, but like, what is 2 seconds really? 2 seconds is your time of literally holding the button.
True,
You're
but
literally holding the button for that 2 seconds.
That 2 additional seconds allows him to be almost permanently immune. I'm not even joking.
But like,
almost permanently immune.
The payoff is you get an extra 200 damage on top of your 400 damage that you have on it. So that's like, I don't know. Like, oh, I'm immune, but at level 1, I can chunk out pretty much almost your whole health bars. It's like, that's, I don't exactly agree with that. That's something a hard pass. But yeah, starting off with the draft, Burmese Ghouls going to start off strong. Kaja band here. Candy Comeback with the Kimi, Kufra, it's looking to be the same sort of band so far.
Yeah, and not to mention as well, they're not afraid to contest against Xbox as well, because Xbox pretty much slid here the entire drafts as well. And Grok as well, I think, is going to be one of the heroes to just completely ignore. Masha, I think.
The thing is, Candy Comeback has to kind of make the decision for themselves, like what they want to let through. And I think for the most part, Grok is great for them. X-Borg is kind of interesting because it might not necessarily work out. But, Burmese Ghouls has the choice.
Okay.
And X-Borg is going to be the pick. Now, do they pick up the Grok here, or do they want something else?
Yeah, wow. Grok for sure. Grok for sure. Like it's definitely a hero you don't want to pass off as well. We talked about S tiers, right? Top two S tiers right now with highest tanking abilities. Definitely Hylos and Grok, right?
Yeah.
Gato is on that level, but we saw how Gato was a bit, hesitant to go for the commit there. But the only reason why Burmese Ghouls with the Gato Kacha was able to commit so much and then just snowball their way through is just because they had this initial lead. Yeah. But despite that, his HP was dropping so far. You saw how it was like they were like 4K ahead in terms of economy. But Gato almost died most of the times against Candy Comeback, right?
Agreed.
So imagine if they had the same economy, things would be a little bit different now.
I think more importantly, why Gato is like very situational. Like he wins if you have a lead, he wins games hard. However, like he doesn't have a lot of wave clear. His CC is strong. He's decently tanky, but his base stats overall aren't as good as something like a Grok, as a high loss. And I think that's where it kind of like, when the situation arises and you're running out of tanks, Gato is not too bad. Masha as well as the lead are going to be the initial lock-ins for Candy Comeback. Very ideal, especially with the Masha. We all know Masha has kind of been devastating the tournament so far. Every time someone picks a Masha, it's like it's something that you have to worry about. On the other hand, Burmese Ghouls going to be locking in both. Going to be locking in the Lunox, Hylos, as well as the Jawhead.
Yeah, a little bit of displacement and stuns here. Crowd control is going to be nice. But from the side of Burmese Ghouls here, we had, like you said, Masha, Lolita, and Esmeralda. They have so much to open things up towards the mage drafts as well as towards the marksman division here. Because right now, it seems that, hey, I can play a little bit of Esmeralda here. I can play a little bit of Chang'e as well, which is smart because Burmese Ghouls, they had banned it off. That's definitely something they need to worry about as well.
Yeah, I don't know here, because in terms of the bans, I think it's pretty open-ended for both sides. I think the Jawhead is quite an interesting flex pick for Burmese Ghouls, and it seems like they really enjoy using the Jawhead, but it's kind of sad to see that they don't want something that can like hard carry games, but they want to have him in a position where it's, you won't scale that well, you can make a lot of plays, you're going to be relevant if you land the injector. And that's kind of the condition which I don't enjoy, because you have to be so close to ensure you get that injector off.
But that's the thing, it's very similar to a Franco as well.
Agreed.
It's very similar to a mid-sitar as well.
But at least Franco can do it at a safe distance.
Okay, fair enough. But in this case here, Gato Kacha seems to be Burmese Ghoul going to be taking the same comp again. And they really enjoy this, apparently.
Yeah, and I think this is particularly interesting because now Candy Comeback has to really make a decision, because we know for a fact Masha is going to be going up against the Jawhead, and they kind of need mid-control here. The Grok is going to be a great addition to the team, but again, do they want to make that same mistake where they walk in, they don't have the high loss this time. Somebody either takes a Revitalize and they have to beg the question like, do we win this level 1? Which I would say is arguably in Burmese Ghouls' favor.
Picking.
Carry.
Wait.
Hey man, it's not the first time we've seen...
No, wait. Am I seeing this wrong?
No, it's right.
Am I seeing this right?
I don't like it, but I have to say it's annoying to deal with.
It's a Nana.
Yeah, have you not seen it? It's been in the meta for a real long time. She's a hero. She's a hero at MLBB. She's been there for like a really long time. Very early hero. Reworked a couple of times. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I would prefer other mages for sure. But I think they have to really think about this because now they're going to be lacking a lot of magic damage, which, fair enough. Okay. Nana, as your main mage, I think you're begging a little too much for it. Like, you're hoping for a little too much for her to scale.
Okay, I like the Nana pickup if you're playing like a support. I like the Nana pickup if you're playing like this kind of poke annoying damage. But based on the drafts here, I feel like they don't exactly have enough damage output. Honestly speaking, from getting up back. I don't think they have enough damage to compensate with the Nana.
Agreed.
I might be wrong, but still.
I mean, sure. I don't think it's gonna work. Personally, I don't think it's gonna work out. I think they just need something that has some strong early game clear. They could have gone for the Gushin. They could have gone for something else. But I think Nana overall is a safe-ish pick because even if you do get caught out, her passive allows you to kind of escape from those situations.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I guess I guess since game 1, I hope it didn't get too much to their heads that it's like, oh, we messed up level 1. Let's pick a hero so that we can kind of contest that level 1, but also if we die, it's like we're not gonna get punished too hard.
I think you can still play Nana in the off lane. Is great, but their main mage is a Nana.
Yeah, no, I disagree with it. Absolutely, like 100% here. But I want to be proven wrong. I'm definitely giving them the benefit of the doubt here.
Fair enough.
I'm expecting Bistler to be playing out of his mind in this game.
Fair enough here, Gideon. But ladies and gentlemen here, this is going to be Candy Comeback going up against Burmese Ghouls, pulling out a crazy strategy here. But now Kona on the Masha is going to poke his way through. And look at that, PMV and DV, half HP down already.
Yeah, Jawhead just does not win these trade-ups. And these are one of the matchups where Masha is actually favorable. Strangely enough, favorable, even though she pretty much loses to every other matchup in the game. Jawhead can't really do too much because Konak easily, until level 2, that's when PVG might actually make something happen here.
Well, speaking of which, nothing much happened here. I think Candy Comeback, they've definitely learned their lessons from previous games here. Do not contest it, just overextend. Play it safe here, get those levels up. They have the advantage. Lolita and Marsha and Grok needs those levels. And then we might potentially see a couple of 4v1 situations here. And not to mention as well, I think Granger definitely needs a little bit more farm from side Candy Comeback before it actually comes online. So maybe the Blade of Despair as well as the Jungle Blades comes in. This is where they will start hitting those damage. But Burmese Ghouls, are they going to let that slide? That's going to be the thing here. Because right now, they're diving on towards this Gato Gacha. Here comes the ball. And the dodge as well. Revitalize. The Hex. Where's the Hex? Okay, he's here.
Yep, I mean, Ice, he knows what he has to do. He understands he doesn't clear waves very fast, but he can survive a lot of damage. And now Masha, forced to be pushed out of the bot lane. They're going to get a lot of damage there.
Mistake.
Yeah, no, it's still okay. They're dedicating too many resources on top side. They're losing pressure mid and bottom. And again, another kill going over. But let's look at the replay one more time. Because if you look at the mini-map in the replay itself, you can see that Jawhead has free farm down to the bot lane. He's going to break that bottom lane very, very soon. Mid lane is so far ahead already, dedicating 4 members up into the top side, having so many there. They might have lost a lot more gold than they should have. Well,
Burmese Ghouls, they try to play a little bit sneaky play. They're gonna shut them off here. I like this rotation as well. You saw how Kid01, they went to this buff here. The whole intention is just to buy type of PV and DV to take this tier 1 here. So great decision. Now the map is kind of open as well. This is where they're gonna go try and contest the turtle. Maybe try to buy a little bit of time here. Nana is level 5 now from the start of Candy Comeback.
Yeah, I mean 2 minutes 30 seconds. They already have a turtle. They already have bot tier 1. They're going to be losing their bottom side a lot. Like, their entire jungle is going to slowly get collapsed. The mid lane is going to be broken down at some point. Burmese Ghouls are looking in prime position. Candy Comeback needs to get like a good fight in now.
Well, speaking of which, will they be able to contest this here? Because as of now, Conan, he scouts out Gatson once again here with the high and dry. He hits a lot here, but it's only one man here, and that thought for now. Here comes the dive. Maybe he's just gonna play a little bit sneaker here. Revitalize is there. Where's the Glorious popping? Here it is. They want to set things up here. They baited them. Candy comeback just got baited. KK01. The flicker injector pulls one. Here's another. Now, Nana, you're gonna be a donkey, and I don't know what you're gonna be running here. Sorry, a raccoon in this regards. And that's pretty much.
That's pretty unlucky. I would say that was a pretty good 50-50 for Candy comeback. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this replay. Look at Lolita. She has the Numenon Blast. Ice is just like, no, I'm not gonna let you do it. Had the Numenon Blast actually landed, they might have been able to pick up the Lunox before she was able to go into her next form. But unfortunately, Ice he had the eye. He saw the Numenon Blast coming. He caught 2 people off of the taunt.
Yeah, I like how PV and DV was playing as well. Like the ejector toss, you talked about the flicker ejector was just devastating, and Candy Comeback did not expect that at all. And we were expecting Nana to just put out those dolls here, try and stall the track here, maybe even poke out a couple of frames, but unfortunately it just doesn't connect here.
Yep, and now Conan, he's kind of in this awkward position where he needs to get farm, but there's just nothing he can really do about it. Like, even in the top side, he has to deal with the carry who just completely outranges him. Even at level 4, he has to go for an all-in, which he doesn't win at that point in time. So it's like, what can you really do?
Oh, well, you can always kill off PV and DV right now because it's all by himself. His 2 guys diving in here, but at the same time, they have to back off. Kid01 is on the side as well. Top side, Kid Ice gonna try and poke Conan as well, where he is gonna back off, but uh-oh, this is gonna be a dead one.
Yep, North's gonna take a little too much. He thought he was out of range, takes a little bit too much damage, goes down, and Ice is just having the time of his life here. Like, the moment he has his ult, he's like, all right, let's go for a dive. And maybe he's walking around, he's not too scared of this. He knows Lunox is coming into the backside, pops the Revitalize, and now Conan is in trouble. Numenon Blast gonna slow that out just enough. They're gonna turn it around. They actually find a catch. BURMESE Ghouls disrespect Candy comeback and get bit in the foot for it.
Yeah, the Numenon Blast was a clutch one as well. That was what they needed here. However, here comes the ejector, the taunt as well to set things off here. Now, they're going to give chase to Mister, and Mister will get taken down. BURMESE Ghouls also splitting fight as A007 gets another one here. The 007 James Bond getting those kills, and here, closest to James Bond with the briefcase here, Taunt MVP is running away with cats between his toes.
No. The ultimate is already there. He secures the kill. DV, he's just holding his own, pops the regen, but the Sky Guardian's avatar just locks down Conan, and like Ice, he knows what he's doing. He is very confident that he's not gonna die.
What a support, what a saves here coming from Ice as well. Like, if he didn't dive that here, I'm pretty sure PV and DV would have just died dead in there. Yeah. What a clutch save. But now, the buff is going to be out for contestants here. BURMESE Ghouls, are they going to take it? Unfortunately, the retribution from the Nana will secure it. Ice Queen 1 is up on Bister now, and Candy comeback. They're actually putting BURMESE Ghoul at bay.
I mean, they're trying to hold on, but again, we're looking at the gold. 8K goldie coming in for BURMESE Ghouls. BURMESE Ghouls really are taking their time here. Like, they don't want to make too many mistakes because, again, there's a lot of disengaged tools from Candy Comeback, and they just have to kind of choke them out until they have their next item power spike, which should be in about like 1 or 2K more to kind of finish off, especially for the carries. Yep, there it is. Athena Shield coming in for Ice.
I'm worried for that. Like, the Athena Shield is going to be able to block out all the magical damage output coming from Nana as well, coming from Mister. And Mister right now has like the Ice Queen 1, so he needs a couple more items if you really want to scale as well into the later stage of the game. But it's tough. It's tough.
Wow, really greedy build coming in from the carry. He's trying to build both the Endless Battle as well as the Golden Scepter at the same time.
Why not?
Yeah, it's like, I've got the extra gold. Don't worry about it, guys.
Speaking of which here, Ice gonna stall their way through. Here comes the barrier as well. He's gonna try and modify things up. Candy comeback. Do they want to contest this here? But the shield coming from Lolita gets baited out. It seems to me they're gonna be focusing on the turtle again from the side of BURMESE Ghouls.
Yep, and now Turtle going into the side of BURMESE Ghouls. What they want to do after that is kind of really look for a potential dive, set up especially to get priority over the top side, and then look to play on the bottom side.
Oh, hold that thought for now because Ice catches on a Nana. They can't seem to pop the Raccoon out, but Norse, he's gonna get paid off. The stun is there. Revive is a little bit too late. Here comes the Glorious Fireway. The Sky Gun Avatar is there as well. Connects onto multiple players and Tops. He's pretty much there. The double revitalize and the toss back as well. The ejector for BB and DV.
Oh my gosh. It's just the casual layup. Once in a while, he just comes on and is just like, hey, you think you're saving? Nope.
Alley-oop, my friend. But I gotta see that here. That feels like a basketball scene all over here. Like, casually flickers.
After the double viral.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, alley-oop. Wow. And not to mention, he was like, what, one step ahead? He anticipated him to do that before he actually did it. Wow.
Yep. And now Ace got the golden staff, and then Carry is going to be pretty much unstoppable for the most part. Level 13 on top of that, like, oh boy, Candy comeback. They're in the exact same position that they were in the previous game.
What a crazy game indeed here. But the lead here right now is about 10,000 of hit from the side of Burmese Ghouls. And I'm not too sure if Candy Comeback can defend against this here.
I mean, there are opportunities. You can make plays. There are playmaking capabilities, but right now, the biggest win condition, Masha, is just so far behind. Like, she really needs a lot of gold to get her going.
Yeah, definitely here. But with the turtle buff up on towards Kid as well, here comes initiation. Where's the Tonic Glorious Pathway getting used as well? Burmese Ghouls, they will clean house. Killing spree for Kid 001. They get North with the ejector as well. CC. What can they do? It's time to concede soon. Burmese Ghouls, they're gonna try and take this game 2-0. But the tier 3s are getting pretty much exposed.
Burmese Ghouls are just bustling their way in. They're like, we know we have items. We're going to walk right into base. What are you going to do? And they're forcing them into a rock and a hard place. Sky Goddess Avatar comes right in. They pick up an easy kill. Killing spree coming in for their carry. They're going to be knocking onto their crystal. And yes, they have just muscled their way through into the base.
Well, 2-0 indeed. Burmese Ghouls. Very fantastic performance. But the Jawhead pickup. Wow.
It's super annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying is one thing, but they've been winning so much with the Jawhead here.
Well,
we have to be very wary of what PVNDV is doing with the Jawhead.
Well, I think PVNDV, I think when you give him something like a Jawhead, I'm not going to write it out entirely, but I think this isn't exactly the greatest showing. It kind of shows you the good points about Jawhead, but it doesn't show you the bad points because for once, Jawhead is he has a lead. He has a huge lead, and the rest of the team is kind of like plowing through the rest of the team. And the moment he gets the endless battle, it's like, all right, this is the mid game. This is where we dominate. Look at the goal differences between a lot of their carries. It's just so substantial that like he doesn't really need to do much but just make plays. He's not really looking to fight. He has to survive out the lane. He doesn't need to force out plays.
Yeah, definitely here, and not to mention as well, I feel like in terms of laning, in terms of farming, in terms of just compositions and communication here, Burmese Ghouls is definitely on the upper hand in that regard. So they have the edge. They've been playing together for quite some time. Coming to ends here